preaching about for several months now, called the Hit That Line Now app, which many of your listening habits, listening to the Morning Rush, are going to change. You're going to listen to us in a number of different new ways. You're going to listen to us on the Hit That Line Now app. Need to get Chuck and Bo to say Hit That Line Now. Hit That Line Now app. YouTube, X, Facebook, Twitch. You can also watch us there. And then, of course, on hitthatline.com. And if you don't get a chance in the next 2 hours to listen, you can find our content in the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast. I would guess our numbers, Tommy, are going to spike tremendously on the online portion compared to what they usually do on this side of things.
I would imagine we'll see a great lift in the 9 to 11 slot. So it's Hot Take Monday. It's brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. My man Lee J and Chris, they're cranked up and ready to go here on a Monday morning. We hope to be seeing them real soon with the Morning Rush. They can take care of you with Grand Design, Forest River, Brinkley Model Zs. They're even bringing the Brinkley models to Fort Smith early in 2025. So get ready. If you want to camp with confidence, get that lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale.
All right, so we're going to text. Jason in Fayetteville texted and said he changed his own work schedule so he could listen to Morning Rush. Jason, I don't know how many out there are like you, but we do appreciate, again, new slot, same great show, and we have Razorback content all day long. Speaking of good content, Tommy, how about the college football content we had this weekend? So I'm thinking to myself as I flick on College Game Day early Saturday morning and then head into work. We've got our Hardee's Monster Burger, which we'll announce the winner later on. New champion, by the way. Congrats on that. But I'm thinking to myself, these are going to be blowout games. There's going to be nothing there. We had an epic conclusion in the Georgia Tech Florida State game in Dublin. Arkansas's own Rhett Lashley got it done on the road in Nevada, in Reno. I mean, I was actually pleasant surprised by the outcomes that we had in week number 0 this weekend.
Well, and, we were talking before the show. I just wonder how much going to Dublin, Ireland, playing internationally, which is something we see the NFL do a time or two a year. But, these guys are pros. Now, class just started at Florida State and Georgia Tech, but I think that was a surprise outcome for a lot of people. I would imagine the bettors probably weren't leaning heavy Georgia Tech going into that game. Obviously, Georgia Tech won. Now, is Florida State going to be a factor in the 12-team playoff? I don't know, but they're not completely out of it under the new equation. But, back to the point I was trying to make here is going to Dublin, you're 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. Are college teams equipped to do this and play at a high level? To go internationally?
It's a great question.
I don't know. Would you want your would you want your Razorbacks to do that? If there was an opportunity for Sam Pittman to take his club next year or the year after, hey, we're going to play Notre Dame next year instead of Razorback Stadium, you're going to play it in Ireland. Would you be for that? You think it'd be good for your team? Would it give you a better chance to upset Notre Dame? And I'm just picking that game out of thin air. Would you be in favor of your team doing that? Because I think it presents so many challenges, and I think Florida State and Mike Norvell figured that out this weekend.
I think it's the combination of the branding aspect, which is, again, recruiting is more so about NIL nowadays, but you do get your opportunity front and center amongst not just Arkansas fans, but the college football world. I think for Arkansas fans that have been so beaten and battered by the games in Little Rock and Jerry World, they just want the games at home. I think this is going to be a really interesting part. So, for example, Jeff Goodman announces this week in the report that Arkansas will be playing Baylor November the 9th in American Airlines. Arkansas, we know, has some marquee games this season, but none of them are here. Like, you get Alabama at home. Kentucky's on the road. Tennessee's on the road. Auburn's on the road. Baylor sounds like it's neutral side. Michigan's neutral side in MSG. I mean, again, you've got a premier schedule in college football, but they're not in your own backyard. And I think that there's going to be more pushback on this down the road than people initially realize. You're going to get maybe not irritated or frustrated, but you want these games in Fayetteville to bring it back to football. I could be wrong about this. As appealing as that game would be to you or I think the just average Arkansas fan wants the games in Razorback Stadium every chance they get.
Well, of course. I mean, we all know that. My question is, if that game was put upon you, the opportunity to go abroad and play, do you think it'd be good for your program? Because I would imagine Florida State fans right now are regretting taking that on, is all I'm saying. Yeah. Did that close the gap and give the edge to Georgia Tech that, did you give them that by adding international travel? adding extra days, taking away a home field edge. Not to mention that's a conference game, right? Not to mention that's an ACC game.
Now we know why Florida State wanted out of the ACC.
All I'm saying is, well, I mean, there wasn't a gun held to their head to go play that game in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wonder if there's some regret on Mike Norvell and Florida State administration's behalf this morning, and should we really have done that? But don't count them out, because now I'm not saying that they played that epic game down in the Superdome with LSU. Was it 2 years ago?
Yes.
Came down to the field goal at the end.
LSU's lost like 3 or 4 straight openers, which is wild.
How did their season turn out that year? I mean, under the new formula, this does not doom your fate for the rest of the year.
And that's it. And I want to continue on that point this morning, because the college football regular season has been sacred for a number of years. Pre-BCS, BCS, even college football playoff moving to 4. I wonder, throughout this season, the consequence of certain losses and how lesser they'll be relative to the last even 20, 30 years of college football, how we kind of have to recalibrate what we think about losses, because there's still 12 regular season games for each teams in college football, regardless of what conference you're in. But for the likes of Florida State, that as a top 10 program that will drop outside of that when we get that AP poll, I don't think that's out just yet, but they'll drop outside of the top 10. They're not out by any stretch of the imagination, like you're saying, like they would have been in the BCS era, Tommy, or even they would have been maybe in the college football playoff era of the 4 teams. But now with 12, again, it's changed things. I think there's a little bit of a bummer on that aspect, because like these end-of-season games that you used to have, like the Michigan, Ohio States, the Auburn, Alabamas, that decided who was going to the championship and who was possibly representing their team for the college football playoff. That's not going to be the case anymore. You could lose that game or lose the first game of the season like the Seminoles just did and still be very much in the hunt of a college football playoff. Again, we'll see how this season plays out. It's week 0. We got a lot between now and then, but it's definitely changed the landscape of college football when it comes to who can make postseason,
this weekend,
the big dogs.
This weekend, A&M's going to play Notre Dame. Let's see, Georgia's going to play Clemson. Florida plays Miami. I am certain about this. Half the teams that play this weekend are going to lose. I'm certain about that. Does that mean they're all dead and done? I mean, that it's what we do as sports fans. It's what many behind microphones and have podcasts and write about these things. They overreact to one loss. But Florida State, could they still go on with one loss? Now, again, this was a ACC game, right? Georgia Tech, ACC, they're 0-1. Florida State now 0-1. Could they still win the conference title? Now, Clemson's game with Georgia obviously isn't.
SMU, ACC powerhouse. Cal, ACC powerhouse.
Well, but that wasn't a conference game for them, so I don't know. I find some of the reaction. Now, Chuck made a point in the Chuck and Bo show. If you're losing to Georgia Tech, you're not done losing. I tend to agree with that, too. But I think, 2 losses, you can still find your way in to this 12-team playoff. I'll be interested to see if any team outside the top 6, outside the top half of the field, get into the championship game anytime soon.
Usually we have at least 1 guest on per program, sometimes 2. Again, we've been condensed now to 2 hours. We're no guests today, just you, Tommy, Big C, and myself. If you want to call or text in, you can do so at 877-377-6963. Derek in Fayetteville enjoys that now he no longer has to change his station in the work truck. Again, 13 straight hours of Razorback content. Oh, I said that. Hold on. 13 minus 5. 8 hours of straight content, and then Ruskin and Zach from 2 to 7. Is that the best way to?
No, I think you
best way to say it.
It's 13 hours of great local sports talk.
8 hours. I'm saying 8 hours of Razorback content, and then 5 hours of Ruskin and Zach.
Yeah. 6 a.m. to 2 is sports talk, and then we got Ruskin and Zach.
Yes.
So. Hey, football season's almost here. If you haven't downloaded the Oakland Sports app in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, sign up today. Futures, outright winners, spreads, totals, player props, game props, it's all there for you. From football season to the NFL to even the obscure like rugby and darts and cricket are all there and available for you with the Oakland Sports app. Sign up today, and you automatically qualify for second chance betting up to $250. Fund your account with your debit or credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, ACH, or even on-site cash, And Oakland will give you a second chance on your first bet if it doesn't work out for you, up to $250. Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with a brand you trust. Bet with Oakland Sports.
Text out of 501 saying enough is enough. Quit taking the games from Fayetteville. It would get a fair question of you to ask for the Arkansas. But what I said is I think a lot of fans feel that way. From a program standpoint, I think there's a lot pros to it, but it would be overwhelming, in my opinion, that fans would be against the idea of playing that game, even though it was as cool as an experience as that would be. And I saw Tess and Palmer were drinking Guinness on the broadcast. McAfee looked like he was drunk for a week there in Dublin. But I think from a fan standpoint, it's not even close what the response would be.
Because what percentage of any fan base can afford to travel to Europe to watch a game? Less than 3% probably. So, I mean, I understand the NFL's desire to grow the game. It's certainly been something that's helped the NBA, but I'm still not sure what the benefit and the gain is to programs like Notre Dame that have done it, Florida State and Georgia Tech this past weekend, and there have been others. But, is it really a benefit to your fans? Because I'm thinking Florida State probably wishes they had a mulligan on this trip to Ireland after the way it turned out.
Yes, no question about that. All right, so I mentioned, again, we had college football games this weekend. Big Arkansas news, I guess, for the weekend was the fact that, sounds like, according to Jeff Goodman with Field of 68, you're going to be playing the Baylor Bears in American Airlines Arena on November the 9th. James is already asking for tickets this morning. Tommy, do you have any tickets for him available on this reported game? It's not even official just yet. The November 9th game against the Baylor Bears that's reported.
I don't have any tickets, no.
That would be
I don't think anyone has any tickets to any basketball game at this point.
Not considering, again,
would you settle for some Arkansas versus Pine Bluff tickets? Would that suffice?
We have some of those. I don't know if those will be as coveted as the. Right. I think American Airlines only seats about 18 or 19,000, but we do have some of those. As it is game week, you heard from
and that is a bye week, by the way, for Arkansas football.
It's a great point. Yeah, I will be in South Bend, actually, for that Notre Dame and Florida State game. I was kind of bummed when I saw that initially on the schedule. Probably going to try and get someone to watch that on the tailgate. You mentioned game week against UAPB. Again, we had Coach Sam Pittman on the Chuck and Bo show this morning. He shared some thoughts not only on that, he had a few other things to say. Apparently, him and Jamie saw Lionel Richie in Vegas, Tommy, was one of their experiences this summer, which I thought was kind of cool. But he'll speak today with the media. You've got Sam Pittman live tomorrow. The SEC teleconference is Wednesday. We'll hear some players on the night later on the rest of the week. But, Tommy, it's here. We've been talking about it for quite some time. It's finally game week. Are you ready? Have you got the different supplies you need for Saturday? Does your lazy boy recliner work? Have you let your wife know that you will be working for the majority of the day? Not just, again, the Arkansas game on Thursday night, but have you figured everything out for this weekend, as it is the first official weekend of college football?
So you opened up the show for some reason with your panties in a wad. I got mine wadded up a little bit on Saturday because I've had this, I'm a Sam's Club member, and as you spend money there, they put a little bit back in like this rewards account for you. Well, I've saved up enough to buy a TV. Well, over several years' time.
Oh, they took them away, did they?
No. The money's there. So I go in, I'm doing a little shopping, doing a little research, and I pick out the TV. I get one of them flatbed carts. I go up to the register to check out, and I go in. I've got my debit card. I got my credit card. I've got a little bit of cash because I'm married with kids, so I don't carry a lot of cash because they steal it. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I don't have, because I've never had a need for it, is my ID. I didn't bring my ID into Sam's because I didn't know that you needed to have proof of identification to buy a television. But I go up there, a checkout, it says, hey, need an associate to come over. Apparently, I had to have photo identification. So I'll go out to the car. Well, guess what I've done? I've left my wallet at the house. So they got to put the TV back in the rack. I got to go back and get the TV. That is one thing, because my outdoor TV went kaput, and I've got to replace that. But so that was a little bit frustrating.
Definitely.
To the point, can I get a manager out here?
Did you go get your wallet or no?
I don't know. I finished my shopping, bought a few steaks, and said the heck with it. I'll go back today or tomorrow or whenever,
Is your wallet not out in your car?
No, it was at home. I had my debit card, had my cash. I didn't need anything. I was just running down to Sam's.
And they couldn't identify.
Even though I had my Sam's card and every credit card that I had with me had my name on it, that wasn't good enough.
So here's what I just took away, Christian. You don't take your wallet everywhere you go?
No. Why do I need to if I have
48 years old?
But if I have,
that's like something I would do.
If I have cash on my debit card
for ID,
I never imagined I would need my ID
identification
to buy a TV.
Do you take your driver's license everywhere you go?
No, because I don't drive. That's like a bat out of hell, and I don't get pulled over every day like you do.
Didn't you just get a ticket a week ago?
Move on. No, I did not get a ticket. No, did not get a ticket.
You got out of a ticket, but you got pulled over like a week ago.
He thought it was.
He
thought I was you, and he pulled me over.
I'm just amazed that you spelled out something that myself or Christian, as in our 20s, would do. I'm shocked that you don't carry your wallet everywhere. I thought that was just a middle-aged or old man thing to do. I've taken my dad. Instructed me from a kid.
Got my binder clip right here. It's got my debit card. Got the company credit card. Your ID. Got a little money in here.
That's the weirdest. I've worked with you for 6 years now. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard you say on this radio show. That you don't carry your wallet everywhere.
I've said things a lot weirder than that, but.
So, end of the day,
why would I need my ID to go buy a television?
You didn't get the TV.
That was my thinking when I drove 5 minutes from the house. Why did I need an ID to buy a TV?
Typically, they want to identify to make sure there's not any fraud or anything. Like, I get it from a corporate standpoint. They want to make sure that who you say you are is you. It's like if you're like an Uber Eats person or something like that, they want to identify. It's like, hey, this person isn't picking up this person's food or something like that. I get it. It's they can't get sued. That's basically, and the bottom line is when stuff like this happens, you can't get sued. That's how corporate thinks. How do we figure out ways where you can't get sued? We need Tommy Kraft's ID so someone like me or Christian who poses as Tommy Kraft doesn't walk in there, use his 5,622 points that he saved up over a decade and take his television that he rightfully earned.
That's right.
But it sounds like that you're going to get it at least today.
That's the only thing I got left for football season.
Okay. Download tickets. If you're going to the Little Rock game, make sure to do that. Don't wait for that crappy stadium Wi-Fi outside.
Are they ready?
Yes.
That's the question.
Hotel rooms, where you're going to eat. Again, making sure it's okay with your wife. Buy your food if you're staying at home. Tailgate stuff. Again, it's weird it's a Thursday night game. You got other Thursday night games in the Southeastern Conference, but the real meat is on Saturday. And I personally like it. Get the crappy game out of the way, and you got real college football on Saturday.
Well, if you don't have your tickets for this Thursday night's game, get online right now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com. It is the 2024 football season that begins at 6:30 against UA Pine Bluff. Tailgating, family fun. They're going to have a joint performance as well on Thursday night between the U of A and UAPB marching bands. And, of course, football will be the star of the show. It's the 76th anniversary of Razorback football at War Memorial this Thursday night. Get your tickets online right now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com. We're brought to you by The Fence Man, the company we trust when it comes to fencing, gates, powered automatic gates, controlled access. They can do all of it for you. Whether it's home or business, they can make sure everything's locked up and secure. With the Fence Man. Whatever you're needing, commercial or residential fencing, they do it all. Maybe it's fencing repairs you need. The Fence Man can do that as well. 782-3936 is their number. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
All right, when we return, we got our hog update. We'll share some other Arkansas news from the weekend and stuff that's been going on the last couple of days. What's going to happen this week? Again, no guests today in our first inaugural 9 to 11 morning rush. Just you, Big C, and TC as we continue on the next 2 hours leading you up into halftime. And Ruskin and Zach. Stay with us here. ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Hey, it was BYOG, bring your own guts.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. It's August, it's hot, and it's time to flip the lot. So we're giving you the best we've got. Save up to $6,000 on red tag clearance prices on a fantastic selection of road-ready certified used cars with warranty. Plus up to $2,000 extra for your trade and no payments for 90 days. They've all got to go, right down to the bare asphalt. Get a great deal on a great car now and help us flip the lot. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring lie-angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name-brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Patriot Transport wants to thank their drivers for their hard work and dedication. The local and over-the-road drivers are essential to the Patriot Transport mission. Day in and day out, Patriot Transport drivers are on the road striving for safety and success. To the behind-the-scenes dispatch and office employees, Patriot Transport thanks them as well for the hard work they put in day and night. If you want to be a part of the Patriot Transport family, visit patriottransport.com. Patriot Transport is located in Danville, Arkansas.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hoghats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, time for your Hog Update. If you want to listen to Coach Sam Pittman talk about this upcoming game week, had him on the Chuck and Bo show earlier today. He's got a lot of media stuff that he's doing this week. He's going to be with the media today at 12 in the Broyle Center. He's going to be with his team and Chuck and everyone else Tuesday night, a little earlier than usual at Sam Pittman Live. Again, usually the show's on Wednesday. They're going to be in Little Rock on Wednesday, so Sam Pittman live a day early. And then we also, Tommy, got the return of the SEC teleconference, which he'll be on Wednesday as well.
Yep, so this is why they pay the head coach what they do. He's got all these obligations outside of getting your team ready, and that's why, having guys like Bobby Petrino around to help get the team ready while you're doing all this other stuff so important. But it's just what it is, and this will become a routine as you get into a normal game week and a normal rhythm, and you won't be speaking at the Little Rock and Northwest Arkansas clubs, and you won't be doing some of these other media obligations that just come along with the start of the season.
Well, here was him this morning talking about this year's team.
I think we're a little deeper than what we've had at most positions. I don't know how deep we are up front on the offensive line, maybe 7, 8 guys. I don't know, looking back even when I was offensive line coach at Georgia or here before, or Tennessee or wherever it may be, North Carolina, that we were much deeper than that anywhere that I've been. That doesn't mean that 8, 9, and 10 aren't good players. They may not be quite ready yet. We're deep at running back, deep at quarterback, wide receiver, defensive back, linebacker, D-line. So I think part of that optimism is that we have more depth than we've had in the past. And then we have some really, really good SEC players on our team at critical positions.
Clay was talking about, and Chuck and Bo were talking about the tackles in that group, and I know people were excited to see Carmona and Blackstock. Here's what we got to do. Let's go back to last year. So you played Western Carolina. You had 105 rushing yards. And I remember being like, that Monday, I was like, this is an issue. This is a problem. You should have mauled those guys, and you didn't. And we saw the rest of the season play out, and it was what it was. You should have 250-plus rushing yards against the Golden Lions on Thursday night. It shouldn't be close. You should dominate them in every facet of the game. A couple sacks as well on the other side. I mean, it shouldn't be close. Yes, they passed the ball. Decent clip last year against, I think it was the Catamounts, if I remember that right. They couldn't run the football, though. A D1 football program couldn't run against the FCS. And again, it's an SEC. So that's going to tell you a little, I think, that they are going to look at last year's tape and say, we have to immediately establish that we're the University of Arkansas and we play in the Southeastern Conference. And hopefully you see that come to fruition Thursday night.
Well, if you have difficulty past the first few series of this game, there's, I don't know, reason to sound the alarm, but reason to have concern. Now, the good news is you'll have close to, 9 days to get ready for the following game. And any bumps or bruises or injuries that come out of that first game, that you got another 48 hours or so to get healed up and ready to go. So, but you should look dominant in every phase of the game, just running base stuff against UA Pine Bluff. And if you can't, there's reasons to maybe wring your hands a little bit, but let's give them a chance to go out there and be successful. Let's not assume the glass is half empty. Let's see what this team can go out, because one thing Coach said is he thinks this team's pretty talented. It's as good as the other teams he's had here, including the team that went 9 wins. So, I think he's quietly confident that he's got a pretty good ball club.
Well, apparently UAPB, a certain wide receiver, is quietly confident. Here is UAPB wide receiver Giovanni Gibson talking about the Arkansas secondary. And take a listen.
In the back end, I don't think they really can cover that much. Secondary, they big, but they slow. I think we got a lot of fast receivers that can stretch the field out, and our quarterback can throw the ball.
They're big, but they're slow. I didn't think there was going to be the motivation needed for Arkansas and UAPB. You shouldn't need any to beat this team. But I did just find that interesting that this kid, and that's courtesy, I think, of KATV in Little Rock, had that to say. Tommy, they're 49.5-point underdogs in this game. I guess if you want to talk trash before a game, that's your right. But I just thought that was an interesting way to go about things.
His coach probably wishes he hadn't said that. But in the end, what do they have to lose?
That's fair.
I mean, you think if Arkansas ends up winning by, what's the line, 52? If they end up winning by, say, 45. Is that comment the reason why? I don't think Arkansas, you can only emotionally get, ratcheted up so many times a year. I don't think you're wasting one of those bullets on this game.
Nope. Other news, Arkansas soccer wins 10-0 against, I think it was Northwestern State.
Or is that 10-0?
10-0. Yeah, I keep saying 10-0. I am the soccer guy. I haven't played it in quite some time, so congratulations. Colby Hale's team keeps on rolling. Our schedule for Thursday will have Arkansas game day and Hog Reaction. I know people always looking forward to the front and back end of Arkansas games. Derek and Zach, help me on time and time. It's 1 to 3:30 for Arkansas game day.
So Chuck and Bo, 6 to 9. We'll be here 9 to 11. Phil and Matt will be on 11 to 1. And then Arkansas game day begins at 1 till 3:30. And then we'll be back after the game for reaction to Arkansas and Pine Bluff.
All right, last thing here in your Hog update. I want to leave you with this quote from John Calipari as they start on their season. It's from John Hancock. I do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity and not security. I want to take calculated risks, to dream, to build, to fail and succeed. I prefer the challenges of life to guaranteed existence. He goes on a little bit more, but he's excited for the upcoming season. That's how he's looking upon this Arkansas basketball schedule. Excited for that Baylor-Arkansas game reported by Jeff Goodman to really get the season going on November the 9th. All right, that is your Hog update this morning. New time slot brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Want to congratulate Tyler Spears at Hardee's this weekend for winning his first ever football trip of a lifetime. He's a big Dallas Cowboys fan, and Tommy, you're taking care of him. To see the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles coming up. I think it's November 10th, if I remember that right.
I am always amazed at watching these guys eat 3 or 4 monster-sized burgers in under 5 minutes.
And way off in both contests. And Cody Taylor won for Greenwood.
Yeah, in the high school deal. It's amazing to me how they do that, because I would just do nothing but embarrass myself. That's all I do. Hey, brought to you by Farm Credit. They've been around for more than 100 years, and they got more than 25 locations to help take care of you and your family. If you're looking to finance your new home project, whether it's building a second home or sprucing up the one you've got, Farm Credit's there with many options. So before you do anything, stop by any of their 25 locations today and find out how you can get started on building family memories with Farm Credit. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Great to be on here with you guys. I think you guys do awesome work, and I really enjoy listening to you.
This summer at Hardee's, the BLT gets an upgrade with the new Frisco BLT Angus Burger and Frisco BLT hand-breaded chicken sandwich. The classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato, atop a famous charbroiled burger or signature hand-breaded chicken sandwich, all between 2 thick slices of toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Participation may vary. Exclusions apply by time of day.
Freedom Floors reminds listeners that more veterans will be returning home soon. These heroes have elite military training, but they need jobs too. That's why Freedom Floors is encouraging all local businesses hire smart and hire vets. That's Freedom Floors, your flooring professionals with those warm-looking woods tastefully carved for beauty and long-lasting elegance. Freedom Floors also has portable buildings and metal carports. Freedom Floors is located at 520 North Fine in North Little Rock. Call Freedom Floors at 501-480-5128. Proud to say USA all the way.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
It's a stunning way to go somewhere new in the 2024 Buick Encore GX from Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Right now, get up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers on the Buick Encore GX. The Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% on the 2024 Buick Encore GX. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown bar district.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up, home. Drop off downtown bar district.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Wits Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Wits Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Walk-ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com. Carpath Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by CartPath Social. Let's go back to this past weekend. I think we're all aware that Georgia Tech beat Florida State. We had a good fight that took place. I say fight, a little scrum between Nevada and SMU. But did you sit down and was college football appointment TV for you this weekend? I know we were busy with our football trip of a lifetime giveaway, and that kind of took us away from the TV. But I just wonder for those listening, and you can text us at 877-377-6963. Was that appointment viewing for you this weekend? Did those games get you motivated to, hey, I'm going to plan my day around it?
I was watching it at Hardee's. So, yeah, it did. I think you think about College Game Day being in Dublin and the build-up to it. Saban is just fun and entertaining to listen to. Y'all know I have kind of an infatuation with Coach Saban for whatever reason. But I think what happened is it wasn't prior to the game, because everyone thought that Florida State was just going to beat the brakes off of Georgia Tech. Mm-hmm. Then it was like 7-3 and then 14-14. You're like, oh, this is going to be a good game. And it brought people to the television at the end. I don't think many people watched that game outside of Seminole and Yellow Jacket country from start to finish, but it brought people to the television. I wouldn't say appointment, but it grabbed you. You got a text, you got a notification from your doctor saying, "Hey, you need to come by and see me a little bit."
I just wonder, did we really all recognize it as the beginning of the season when our team wasn't playing, when most of college football's teams weren't playing? I'll be interested as we learn kind of the numbers on this, but it was not appointment TV for me. Now, had I not had plans for us here at work, then perhaps, I'm viewing that a little bit differently and more intently. But, how did you do it this weekend? 877-377-6963. Hog Wild and Van Buren says, I'm still trying to figure out what FSU and Georgia Tech have to do with Irish heritage. I'm with you on that. I don't think Irish heritage is required. But if you have any questions, just see Brian Kelly at LSU. He'll help you figure that out. JT in Hot Springs says, football was on this weekend? ? My wife said that football starts next weekend. So I think a lot of you are in that camp. So far, it doesn't look like it was appointment TV.
For those, okay, So we're in different situations. Big C and Tommy with their significant others, it's work, so they don't have to sign contract. How is the contract negotiating going with your significant other? You get Sundays, you get Saturdays, you get a little bit of both. Like I've always wondered, because it's fun to hear my buddies that have to do this each and every fall that say, she's only going to let me have 6 hours a day with the boys, or only let me watch this amount of college football and stuff. And it is, again, I never want to be in that
real
situation.
Discussions? People are maybe I've just been married so long we don't have any of those discussions at my house.
There's plenty of them, and I think maybe
Is that a marriage or a dictatorship?
Help me out on this. Older generation of married men, but I feel like it's more of the younger generation that have to deal with the pushback from their significant others. When you have to be home by this time on the dot. I mean, I heard that for someone this week. It's like, wife called me home. Now there is a difference when your wife's pregnant. You do what she says, but there's plenty of them that were not pregnant that had certain times they do this weekend. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. I'm going to be there this weekend. Can't wait to see Christian and Nate's grand opening. It's really a 3-day event, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm excited about that. They're going to have the Hogs game on Thursday night. Friday, they've got a scramble tournament, and then Saturday is the big raffle giveaway at 7 o'clock. I actually had lunch with Nate's dad. He was excited about it this past week. I know you should be excited too. It's the #1 indoor destination for indoor golf in Northwest Arkansas. CartPassSocial.com. Cart Pass Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun.
All right, what do you think? Where are you at? Phone lines are loaded up. We'll get to those in a second. Hot Take Mondays brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. A lifetime warranty with every new RV they sell. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
Let's go to Big Keith first. He's listening to Hot Springs this morning. Big Keith, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Big Keith up in the house. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Hey, man, I'm so happy you guys are on now. I mean, I never did like that ESPN stuff. I want to hear stuff about Arkansas, and well,
that's why we're here.
I feel for you. Yeah, hey, and I feel for you about having to come in an hour early. I mean, it's really that hour makes a difference when you got back-breaking work like you guys. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah, there was a point this morning where we had to nearly turn the thermostat down from 72 to 71. It was starting to warm up in here, and we thought about it for a minute, Keith.
Hey, what I was going to really ask you guys is, and this is my opinion, I was going to see if you agree. If you look at if you're a gambling man, if you look at those lines, man, there's 40s and 48s and 38s. I don't think there's any way it's going to be that way. Not this early in the season. Number one, the coaches don't want to give away all their best, plays.
Yep.
Number two, like last year, the Razorbacks probably second half of the whole game, they're probably just going to let the clock run, and so I really see a good way to get some money there.
You think you're betting on the underdogs, Big Keith? It sounds like you're going with the guys that are heavy underdogs.
Yeah, with the points. I'm taking the points. I'm betting $3. If I win, I win $36,000.
Okay, you're betting money lines. Okay, well, Big Keith, best of luck in your betting endeavors this weekend. Hopefully, one of them hits.
All right, thanks, bud.
Yeah, Arkansas is, again, I think on the Bet Saracen app right now is around 49 and a half. I haven't looked at this morning. I know it opened, I think, at 52 and a half, but there are plenty of bets to get to. All right, Ryan is in Hot Springs. Ryan, what's going on, man?
Hey, I was going to answer y'all's question. We're talking about the, big time, to make appointment TV, I think is what y'all said. Mm-hmm. For me, it was. So, because I'm a CNA and I take care of some patients or whatever, and our guys because I basically essentially work at a nursing home. So when football season is, that's kind of a season where our guys are kind of calm because we can get some football on and, they enjoy the football and everybody's calm, everything is cool. So that was a nice
Brian, that'd be the one place where people actually calm down during football season would be where you work, because most places I go, people are anything less than calm during football season.
So we got that game on, and everything was chill. We had no fussing, no fighting. It was pretty awesome. So, hey, I don't know if y'all know this, but the punter, I think it was the punter, for Georgia Tech is actually from Ireland, not very far, in my understanding, not very far from where the stadium was.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, but I hope y'all had a great weekend. And man, are y'all going to be not doing a show from Little Rock at the stadium this week?
We have got some pregame plans. Matt's going to be on the road in a different part, but we're still getting everything set. We'll be telling you about it soon. And Chuck's going to be down. Chuck's going to be there Thursday and Friday. So.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm going to be kind of that way. If y'all are going to be there, I'm going to try to come see y'all.
Yeah. We and thanks for the call, Ryan. We are not going to be bringing 9 to 11 down there this week, but more opportunities to see us on the road are coming soon.
Oh, yeah. Think about it. Like, if you're a business owner, shameless plug here, you didn't want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to open your doors over the morning rush. 8:30? Not bad anymore. You can get there early for that. All right, Brent is in Searcy now. Brent, what's going on, buddy?
Chuck, I was so confused this morning when I called into the Chuck and Bo show and you answered the phone. I said, what in the world is he doing up so early? But y'all had the question of the day was Florida State and SMU must-see their games must-see TV. Yes, they were for coaches in the mouth because both Coach Mike Norvell and Rhett Lashley have been on the Coaches in the Mouth podcast, so we had to watch them. And no, I do not have to have a contract. That's the beauty of being single. I can watch whatever I want to, Saturday through Sunday. I don't have to leave the recliner if I so desire not to leave.
Well, that's a good way to do it. Brent, appreciate the call. Yeah, I think for you've got Norvell that went to UCA. That's the connection. I don't know if he played high school in the state. Someone might have to help me with that. Red, of course. No, hey, help me on this, Tommy. He played Springdale or Shiloh? Was he quarterback at Springdale or Shiloh?
I believe it was Shiloh Christian with Gus Malzahn as the head coach.
I knew there was a Gus connection. I knew the Gus connection. I just didn't know which high school he played at. So I found myself, again, don't know the guy, but cheering for him on Saturday night. That was another great game that ended up. And that was one of those games, Tommy, similar to the Georgia Tech, Florida State. I was not 100% setting my schedule around Nevada and SMU, but I found it on, ended up being a thriller ending, so I found myself glued into the television. Now, next week, you've got plenty of games that you can lock into, not just Arkansas and UAPB on Thursday night, but with 4 SEC big-time clashes, there's some other games that I'm excited about this upcoming weekend. This is the meat that you've been waiting on. It was an appetizer this past weekend. It's the real meat this weekend.
Well, if you've had plumbing issues over the weekend, call our friends at West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Services. They'll be on their way before lunchtime today, hopefully, to help you with your water, sewer, gas, or grease lines. They've been doing this since 1993, so for more than 30 years, they've been helping friends and neighbors just like you and me. The team at West Ark, they're super thankful for the trust and for the business over the years, and they want you to put their number in your phone. Maybe today you don't have plumbing issues, but hey, it's going to happen eventually. 479-646-5151. 646-5151 for West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Services.
All right, I still got to go back because we're still getting texts about this. I still got to go back that you don't carry your wallet everywhere you go. Mason texted in and he said, not taking your identification everywhere is absolutely insane. It's not about getting pulled over. What if you get in a wreck? What if something wild happens? You have to have your identification 24/7. Got another text saying something similar, Tommy. I'm just, I'm blown away by that, to be honest. As responsible as a boss you are.
I was running 5 minutes down the street.
But you said you don't
buy a TV.
You said
I didn't think I needed a identification to buy a television.
You said you don't bring it most places, and
not in with me. No,
that's just wild.
I'm not buying not buying a fifth of Crown here. I'm buying a television with my points, my reward points.
Well, we're lucky that no one came in and acted as they were Tommy Kraft and stole that television.
How would they have my card? How would they have my membership ID?
Well, they had to identify you, so they could have forged those things, but they can't forge.
I'm sorry, it's store policy.
They can't forge identification.
Yeah, I've been
apparently.
setting this guy up, this schmo on the radio. I've been setting him up for 4 years so I could come in here and get this 65-inch TV for free.
He's listened to your mannerisms. He's probably figured out where you live. He's figured all this information that you need so he can have the TV. By the way, one of my
It was also suggested, well, sir, what if you're a secret shopper from corporate and we break our store policy and then
I will say,
are you
as someone that worked in a business that used to have to encounter those, that is a fear of any employee. And some because you want to get 100 because the staff would get bonus money. So I can understand where that employee was coming from, considering I had to do that same thing.
Again, I wasn't trying to get a 750 of Grey Goose here. I just wanted a 65-inch
Chuck
TV.
had trouble at Best Buy. You had trouble at Sam's. These corporates need to understand who is on the radio and who they're dealing with.
Hot Take Monday, brought to you by Wheels RV. Every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty so you can camp with confidence. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72, off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
All right, rolling along, hour number 2 coming up of the Morning Rush.
That was quick.
Yeah,
that was a quick first hour.
Insanely fast. I cannot believe we're through 55 minutes of content already. We will jump back into some Arkansas stuff. Sam Pittman was on, again, the Chuck and Bo show this morning. Might be another soundbite or two. And again, great college football stuff that happened. Even Joe Tessitore and Jesse Palmer were drinking beers in Dublin on the broadcast. Plenty to get to. Hour number 2 headed your way on the Morning Rush.
Work now, pay later with sizzling savings at WT Equipment. No money down, no interest, and no payments until 2025 on select New Holland equipment. Choose 0 for 60 or up to 10,000 cash back, plus free net wrap on roll belt round balers. 0 for 72 or up to 10,000 cash back on mid-range tractors. Or 0 for 72 plus an additional 2,000 cash back on a new compact. Work smarter with no money down, no interest, and no payments on your choice of the summer's hottest deals. At WT Equipment, your partner in progress.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Summertime in Arkansas means pond and creek fishing, and nothing catches bass and bluegill in a pond like a Rebel crickhopper. You can twitch it, pop it, walk it, and swim it. It's the ultralight fishing lure that looks and acts like a real grasshopper. The crickhopper works great in tandem with light spinning rods and reels with 4 or 6 pound fishing line. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops everywhere. The Rebel crickhopper.
This is the Morning Rush.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal Price Check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Harry Robinson Salasol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salasol.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bushville. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth, and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushville. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
The dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl. Great time. Maybe we can go out and do the morning rush now, live from the White River. We got the gear, we got the equipment.
Sold.
Why can't we do some fishing and some radio all at the same time? We can be quiet, keep the fish coming in near the boat. Hey, seriously, though, if you're looking for a great place to maybe spend one of the bye weekends or the weekend the hogs are on the road, Gaston's is one of the great getaways in our state. The White River's such a treasure, and I just hope you spend some time at Gaston's real soon. 870-431-5202 is their number. You can look at the cabins and lodges. They're all private, and you can do that online at gastons.com. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Hey, it was BYOG. Bring your own guts.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is the Morning Rush.
Shots, please.
shoots. Touchdown.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here at Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. It's August, it's hot, and it's time to flip the lot. So we're giving you the best we got. Save up to $6,000 on red tag clearance prices on a fantastic selection of road-ready certified used cars with warranty. Plus up to $2,000 extra for your trade and no payments for 90 days. They've all got to go. Right down to the bare asphalt. Get a great deal on a great car now and help us flip the lot. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This summer at Hardee's, the BLT gets an upgrade with the new Frisco BLT Angus Burger and Frisco BLT hand-breaded chicken sandwich. The classic flavors of bacon, lettuce, and tomato, atop a famous charbroiled burger or signature hand-breaded chicken sandwich, all between two thick slices of toasted sourdough. Only for a limited time at Hardee's. Goodness in the making. Order ahead on the Hardee's app. Participation may vary. Exclusions supply by time of day.
Join Matt Jones Thursday, August 29th from 11 to 1 at Red River Credit Union in Greenpoint Shopping Center. It's the battle for the Golden Bottle pre-tailgate party. Come out and enjoy free food and games as Red River Credit Union battles United Federal Credit Union for the Golden Bottle. Whoever collects the most diapers, wipes, formula, or cash wins. All donations go to Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center here in Fort Smith. That's Thursday from 11 to 1 at Red River Credit Union in Greenpoint Shopping Center on Rogers Avenue.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything, service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbor since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSauto.com.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC has got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
All right, let's get into our SEC update this morning. Thomas, you know Lane Kiffin had a brother? I know he had a dad, obviously the late Monty Kiffin. I had no clue that Lane Kiffin had a brother.
Isn't he in football too?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But
$5 for whoever can name his name. Big C?
Oh, I don't know his first name, but he was on. I thought he was on staff. Not at South Carolina. Was it South Carolina? He was on another SEC staff, I thought.
So he's been in the NFL lately. He was on Lane's staff at FAU, but has been recently hired at Ole Miss. I guess I think he's in an analyst role. I'm going to be honest. I saw this headline. Yeah, it's Chris. Yes. I saw this headline And I didn't know that Lane Kiffin had a brother, but apparently he does. So apparently he is now on staff in Oxford, Mississippi. You guys ever tried rowing before?
Crew? Well, it's also called.
Mm-hmm.
Only at the gym not on actual water.
Yeah, I was going to say I've done that at the hangout and athletic clubs before. It's now the 22nd recognized sport by the Southeastern Conference, 13 by women. Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee, and Bama, which make up a fourth of the Southeastern Conference, are the teams that have it. Don't know if Arkansas is set to get it anytime soon. The championship site is still to be determined. Funny enough, Tennessee and Alabama have been competing in Big 12 rowing apparently the last couple of years. Didn't know that was a thing.
I don't know my geography. Where would Oklahoma train for rowing? I don't know my waterways
Outside of
around
Norman.
Norman. But, obviously Arkansas could add this and you go to Beaver Lake nearby.
Yeah, have the capability to do that. I'm sure there's lakes around Norman. Stillwater's got a good lake that my aunt used to go to, but I'm sure there's a lake or two around Norman. All right, last thing here in your SEC update. I'm forgetting the source of this. I apologize for not giving credit, but apparently Talia Tagovailoa, the younger brother of Tua, while at Maryland, was offered $1.5 million by Auburn to transfer out of the portal, and Tua was like, "Nope, we're an Alabama family," and that's one of the reasons that he did not transfer from.
When you have a wealthy brother, you don't need $1.5 million. Isn't enough.
I guess top it off on that. That is your SEC update this morning here on Hot Take Monday edition of the Morning Rush.
And it's brought to you by Williams Tractor, now WT Equipment. Work now, pay later with sizzling savings at WT Equipment. No money down, no interest, and no payments until 2025 on select New Holland equipment. You can choose 0 for $60 or up to $10,000 in cash back. Plus, get a free net wrap on round belt roll balers right now. 0 for up to 72 months, or you can take $10,000 in cash back on mid-range tractors, or even better, 0 for 72 plus an additional $2,000 cash back on new compact tractors. Hey, work smarter with no money down, no interest, and no payments on your choice of the summer's hottest deals at WT Equipment. They are your partner in progress.
Jody and Harrison texting in this morning saying it's the real Red River rivalry, the road between Texas and Oklahoma. Again, I've done it on the machine at a gym, but I've never actually done it in person. It's harder than it looks, even with
it's a lot of work.
What is it, 8 or 9 gals or guys?
Well, I can't think of the name of the movie. There's a couple of movies. There's one right now on Netflix, or one of them that's about that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Somebody can text in and bail us out on that, but yeah, there's a lot more timing to that and rhythm and what you have to be in sync, synchronized rowing. It is
it's a big Ivy League thing, I feel like.
I think you're right about that, but Texas kind of fancies themselves as Ivy League.
Yes, so. Even though they are.
Notice what was the schools you said? Texas, OU,
Alabama, and Tennessee. Alabama and Tennessee,
all the ones with their noses in the air. Yeah.
I don't think Alabama and Tennessee, the nose is in the air, but the other two, yes.
So you don't think they think they're just a little bit better than everyone else in this league?
Have you seen Tuscaloosa? Have you seen?
I'm not talking about the town, dude.
Alabama football, yeah, but Tennessee, I've never felt that way. We get along with Bruce Stanley, we get along with Craig Adair. I've never felt that way. There are certain personalities that have been, I guess, glossed over or just assumed by certain people. That I feel about some teams and don't feel about others. I don't really feel that way about Alabama or Tennessee. Plus, Alabama fans, they can kind of say what they want because they've got Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. What did you think about this report with Arkansas and Baylor kind of opening up the season in American Airlines on December the 9th? This is from Jeff. From Jeff Goodman of Field at 68. I thought this was going to happen. Just waiting on the report.
It's been rumored for a while.
Yeah. I text a few college basketball people I trust about this, and they're like, "This sounds like it's going to happen," but they didn't want to put their pen to paper. Jeff, of course, well respected in the college basketball sphere. Bye weekend. That's the important thing about this. Arkansas fans, and not only you'll have college football on that day, but if you want to watch it, it's going to be on a Prime Network. We know that. And if you want to go, you don't have to worry about Arkansas football in Fayetteville that weekend. You have a chance to go.
Looking here, I was grabbing my SEC schedule for November the 9th. Arkansas, the week prior, has Ole Miss at home in Fayetteville, and the week after is Texas.
Yeah, Bama and LSU play that day. I know that.
Bama, LSU play that day. Florida, Texas play that day. Georgia, Ole Miss is that day.
Game of the year. in the
Tennessee
SEC.
and Mississippi State, OU, Missouri, Vandy and South Carolina. I don't know if I can miss that game. I think that's all of them. I think we ran through all. So, I mean, pretty good slate of SEC games that day. But I think, you don't need a lot of people from the state of Arkansas to travel to the Metroplex in order to fill up your part of the arena.
No question.
I mean, Arkansas's got a huge alumni gathering down there, and I think they'll come out in full force.
My brother's already planning on buying tickets. He lives in Las Colinas, which is maybe 20 minutes from American Airlines. You think about the Reunion Arena stuff back in the day. I know that's something that people are excited about to go to with this upcoming game. So if you mentioned that you got on and looked at November 9th, which features some really marquee games that day. Have you figured out your rotation for Saturday yet? Arkansas plays 6:30 ESPNU Thursday night. There's several great college football games on that day, 4 of which are from the Southeastern Conference. Southeastern Conference teams are involved. There's a couple others that are intriguing to me. Have you figured out your rotation, where you're going to go from this TV to this TV, this game to this game?
No, I'm not that far ahead yet. I know Thursday night, 6:30 ESPNU and ESPN Arkansas and the Hit That Line Now app, and then I'll go from there. I'm not that far out of my scheduling yet.
I think the one like Clemson and Georgia, I think Georgia will beat that team by 2 or 3 touchdowns. Clemson is still holding on to the former team that they were. Didn't get a single transfer portal player this year. I'm really intrigued to see Notre Dame and Texas A&M.
Yeah. Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV and ask about the lifetime warranty that comes with every new RV they sell. Hey, if you need something tough and paint just isn't enough, see my friends at River City Coatings in Van Buren. Powder coating. It's not just a layer of paint. It becomes part of the metal. That means you don't have to worry for decades to come whether or not that's going to hold up under weathering and chemical abrasions and a lot more. And they've got a variety of colors you can choose from as well to make sure it matches perfectly with whatever you're trying to match. That includes things like patio furniture, rims, brake calipers, farm equipment, and more. River City Coatings in Van Buren, 471-7675 is their number, or go to rivercitycoatings.com.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, Highway 412 in Springdale, and online at wheelsrv.net.
Tommy Kraft here.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive into Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
The dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Conneray Drive into Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on
Lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
What's new at Wheeler Power Sports? Short answer, a lot. All new Kawasaki Ninja 500, Z500, Eliminators, and Mule Pro diesels. New Kawasaki Ridge side-by-side is now arriving. New Polaris Expeditions and Ranger XD 1500s. New Suzuki GSX 8R. New 2024 model Polaris Slingshots, including the Roush Edition, are now in stock. Check us out online at WheelerPowersports.com or stop by and see us at downtown Fort Smith at 901 North 11th Street. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Chuck is a living legend in this state. And anytime I get to talk to Chuck, it's a privilege and an honor to speak to you. And as long as you buy, you know you're a little wet behind the ears.
6 on the Arkansas 34. Buddy Benson in the tailback spot. Benson rolls out to the left side. Has beautiful protection, lots of time. Fires a long pass down the field. Carpenter's got it. He's out in front of the left side. Racing down the sidelines, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
You can now download our new app in the iTunes or Google Play Store. Listen anytime and anywhere on your favorite mobile device. Just search Hit That Line Now.
Was that the old Powder River play? I think that was. I mean, we're going way back in the Wayback Machine on that one. Hey, this hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Buzz Sawyer and our friends over at Sawyer's. They do everything to make the outside of your home look great. They're at 8605 Highway 71 South in Fort Smith. If you need a driveway put in your new home, or the driveway at your home is busted and cracked and it's got sections falling in, or a sidewalk that's doing the same thing, Buzz can help you with that. Sunrooms is in their name, and that's one of the many things they do to make the outside of your home look great. Patio covers, they can do new windows in your home, siding as well, all with Sawyers. So if you're looking for professionals that have been around for more than 30 years, that are insured, licensed, and get 100% and can get you 100% financing on all their products, you need to talk to Buzz. A lot of you know Buzz. He played football back in the day. He's got a name, and he's known for that. He's involved with Fort Smith Northside Athletics. He's a broadcaster just like we are, and they've been in the business since 1990. and they're local, and they're right here. So if you're looking for maybe those new motorized louvers to go over your pergola, they can do that for you as well. It's all at Sawyer's. It's all in the name with them. SawyerSunrooms.com. That's Sawyers-Sunrooms.com. Everything you need for the outside of your home with quality workmanship is at Sawyer's. 8605 Highway 71 South in Fort Smith. And again online at Sawyers-Sunrooms.com.
Is it just me, or is the first 3/4 of this show flown by? I looked up, and it's 10:32 already. Is it just me, Big C, Tommy?
It's flying.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just me. I was thinking about this. Big C is a Dallas Cowboy fan. Apparently, their competitor, the Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert and his teammates got stuck in an elevator around the Dallas area, and Harbaugh was like, I just wish I would have been with those guys for 90 or so minutes. Can you imagine being stuck in an elevator for 90 minutes? I mean, you go stir crazy, right? It's one thing to be at home for a couple days or be on house arrest or something but be in that condensed space for 90
you really get
minutes.
to know somebody if you're in there for that long.
Was that your first thought? Your first analogy was house arrest?
Well, I'm just trying to think of something where you go nuts for being in a certain place for like you not being able to go anywhere. And
I'm used to being on the go.
You can.
I don't know. There's a few places you can kind of wind down and relax. And I don't want to go. If I get to Norfolk and to the river, I don't care much about leaving the compound there. I could be on house arrest there. Put that ankle bracelet on me. I'll stay right there. Catch my dinner.
Let's see. Big C. Cody from Lavaca wants to know if CeeDee Lamb's going to play because he drafted him first.
Man,
you're the Dallas Cowboy insider.
Yes, I think he'll play.
Is he going to play? Still hasn't figured that out.
You got the inside scoop on that, Big C?
I don't. I just have my intuition. I think he'll play.
That's good enough.
So, yeah, the final, I can't remember if it's the next weekend's final run of preseason game, but the NFL season opener is next Thursday. Arkansas plays this Thursday. Season opener gets going next Thursday. There's still an appetite for, obviously, Dallas Cowboy and Kansas City Chiefs fan, but has it gone down a little bit because the Cowboys aren't expected? More of the Cowboys this year is about contract negotiations rather than their upcoming season, I feel like.
Well, that's been the conversation so far, and I think that's the way Jerry Jones likes it because it puts him right in the middle of the conversation.
He loves being in the middle of conversation.
But, somewhere in here we have a clip of him saying, I'm not known for getting hand cramps when I'm writing checks. So I think when it comes down to it and push comes to shove, he'll write the check. He's never been afraid to pay the money. But he's also maybe the best negotiator in sports, or at least was in the day. I assume he's still pretty sharp in that category. I wouldn't want to have to negotiate, multi-million-dollar deal with him.
Speaking of writing checks, how would you feel as a Florida State fan flying out to Dublin, staying for multiple days, and then losing to Georgia Tech? Now, the Yellow Jackets maybe might have a better football team than we initially thought or anticipated.
Possibly.
But you've got to be, not only that, Florida State's probably got a top 10 NIL fund. I think that's just okay for me to speculate and throw that out there. I think
based on no facts or knowledge.
No. What's so? I could hop on 3 right now or 24/7 Sports, and it would probably show the Seminoles within that top 10, top 15 frame. But Dave, can you imagine spending all that money to go over there and then losing on the last second field goal?
I think if you ever found yourself in there in your team, if the Razorbacks ever got the opportunity to play in a game like that, you put the game on the front end of the trip. And that way, if the game doesn't work out the way you want, you got the rest of the trip to really enjoy and look forward to. If your team wins and you got the rest of the trip, well, it's just the cherry on top comes early. So that's how you should do it. If your team's playing abroad, then just get there the day before the game, watch the game, and then if the game doesn't go the way you want, well, we're still going to go to an Irish pub or two.
I like that idea. I think that's a good idea. If you want to jump in with here, you can do so, 877-377-6963. It wasn't just the game itself that was fun. There was a lot of things that were fun. College Game Day Live. Miss Terry was in attendance to watch her husband, Nick Saban, there. And
who's going to miss out on that free trip?
I wouldn't if I was her. But there was a funny sign that was put up on College Game Day, and you almost just have to take a listen.
Looking for a man in football, trust fund, 5'6", blue eyes, Nicky Saban. Hey, I love it. Sorry, lady, he's taken. 5 minutes. Right there. What a wonderful lake.
You hear McAfee going off, but you had a lady that had Miss Terry, or excuse me, had a picture of Nick Saban and his kind of credentials up there and saying that he wants that. But I am curious, Tommy, when they go to Tennessee and when they go to these other places, and you got players, of course, that will go to these rival towns, but kind of what that feels like. Game day is already a spectacle in itself, and it was in Dublin this weekend, but I think he's going to even amplify it even more every Saturday.
I'm glad you didn't play the audio of the sign that has been going around the internet involving Kirk Herbstreit. That's the one. The
clown or what?
No,
I haven't seen the other one.
The Florida State co-ed that was holding the sign. You haven't seen that?
Oh, no, I've not seen that sign.
Well, if it was true, he'd have some splaining to do with the missus.
He is relishing.
I think what that is
attention.
I think it's all fake.
Oh.
I think the internet. I think it's AI. I think it's AI. Just make the sign up.
Is it rat poison?
No, it's it can be a lot worse than that. It'd be division by 2.
Well,
that's the part.
You've got to be relishing. So Florida State complains.
And looking at the picture, just look at it on social media. Kirk could do a lot better.
Florida State complains so much last season about getting left out of the college football playoff. They didn't do themselves any favors this year, losing to, whether it's right or wrong, perceived to be a lowly ACC foe in Georgia Tech. Now, I think they showed you on Saturday they're more than that. But for all this complaining the offseason done by Seminoles fans, honestly, I was happy. I was happy they lost. Good. I mean, they complained. They got
who
drilled.
amongst us should be rooting for Florida State?
They got drilled by Georgia. And then they're still mad in the offseason, and then they lose the season opener. Now, you pointed out, and I agree 1,000%, they're not out of the college football playoff. And that is the change of this regular season where you'll have a team like, I don't think Georgia, for example, is going to go undefeated in the SEC. They'll lose at least one game. They're not going to be out. Several teams have an opportunity in the Southeastern Conference in the Big Ten to lose a massive game on a Saturday night in the fall, and yet they'll find themselves still in the college football playoff.
Hey, let's take just a moment to talk about our friends at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Everyone's situation is a little bit different when it comes to buying or selling your next home. But when you partner with Brandon and the professionals at Weichert, you're going to get an agent that's professionally trained, that you're partnering with, that's going to have a plan to sell your home, and it's the best trained in the business. And nobody has a better training program than Weichert. Ty, you found this out firsthand. You're a first-time homeowner and a recent buyer, and you used Weichert the Griffin Company, and they were outstanding for you.
Yep, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company helped me out from start to finish, and I say from start to finish to still ongoing, because I think in the real estate game, you're never finished. You're just continuing asking questions. So I appreciate Jeff, Brandon, and their entire team for helping along through the process from a kid that didn't know anything. Thank God they were there every step of the way.
So whether you're a buyer like Ty or maybe you're the seller, they can get you from contract to close. With offices in Northwest Arkansas, in both Washington and Benton counties. They're in the River Valley and Fort Smith, and they also have an office in Branson as well. And you can always log on at WeichertGriffin.com.
So back to Fayetteville and what's going on this week. I say back to Fayetteville. You're playing in Little Rock against UAPB. The offense, I think from last season, game 1, didn't give you a lot of confidence. Yeah, they threw the ball okay, but they rushed for 105 yards against the Western Carolina Catamounts. I mean, that's abysmal. That's a terrible football team. You should have run them over. You play UAPB, you're like a 50-point favorite. You should run them over. Here's what Coach said about the confidence he has in the offense on the Chuck and Bo show earlier this morning.
Well, first of all, it's a confidence factor. And then second of all, it's the togetherness, and that has a lot to do with Bobby and the new guys on offense. It also has a lot to do with the new players, from Carmona to Blackstock to Nichols to Joe Moore. And then you can go to Quentin Jackson. I mean, there's just a lot. But it starts with the quarterback, starts with Talon. But the field is different because of the confidence that they have that they're going to go score.
And you heard Coach there. One of the reasons I think some people have confidence in this team is because of another coach on the staff, Bobby Petrino. And I wonder, again, from the fan base perspective, you got an initial jolt, and then some things have just kind of muddled in the offseason or whatever. Now the season, we're on game week and stuff. How much confidence Petrino can give you after this week 1 performance? And really, Tommy, I know we're, again, 3 days out from this opener against UAPB, but how much confidence he can give you in Stillwater, Oklahoma next week that his offense can keep you in games, unlike being the reason you lost so many games last year?
Ruskin and Zach talked about this on Friday when they were up at the Social Birdie. They had I think it was 247 Sports. I may be getting the source wrong, and I apologize. But
you're right.
It was about comparing the quality of the rosters and grading them. And Arkansas was 29th, or they were in the top 30.
Yeah.
You compare that to Oklahoma State, and the roster comparison done through the recruiting metrics and other ways they were evaluated, Oklahoma State was 54th. Now, here's the problem. Arkansas was 26th or 9th or whatever it is. They were 14th in the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, there you
That's the bad news. Good news is, does it make you feel or maybe look, and I'm not saying this one poll and one metric, it's an opinion, but there was 20 places of difference in this ranking between Arkansas and Oklahoma State. To me, it gave me, maybe some quiet confidence that, hey, this game is well within reach for Arkansas if you just go execute. Yeah. You could very well be the more talented team in your second game of the year.
Go ahead, Big C.
That makes me feel a little better about this game, but having a veteran quarterback and Ollie Gordon to deal with, I mean, you're going to need all those players to play well and be in sync, because if you don't make the tackle on him in open field, he can take it to the house.
Well, Arkansas is not good enough in any game to not execute well and win, even against UAB, even against La Tech. There isn't a game Arkansas can go out and poorly execute. Maybe this first one with UA Pine Bluff, but the last 11, you better take care of the football and execute.
You bring up that 24/7 Sports talent composite. Hogs at 26, Oklahoma State at 53, like you're saying. So it's a wide gap. The issue
wider
is,
than I expected.
Yes, the issue is the better coaches in Stillwater, Oklahoma. There's no really way to refute that. The second thing is you got, I think it's either 19 of the 20 guys coming back. So oftentimes veteran players, you take those over talent just because they know the system, they know where they're going and everything. Arkansas's got a lot of guys not only in offense they got to figure out, but defense too.
Who would you rather have calling your plays, though? Bobby Petrino or Gundy?
Gundy. Okay. Gundy's done it. And any Arkansas fan that says Bobby Petrino, you're nuts. Gundy's done it over a prolonged period of time. Bobby Petrino has had stints, and a good chunk of them with Louisville and Arkansas, but recent it's Gundy. It's not close. And Gundy's been doing it for about the same time as the head coach since Petrino's been an OC. But I mean, who would you take? I don't think it's a question. It's an easy answer. It's Mike Gundy.
Okay. I mean, I think you've got a Bobby Petrino that's hungry to prove himself. I think that's going to be a heck of a football game, and that number makes me feel a little bit better about not getting over there and getting blown out.
And the other thing, it's an 11 a.m. game. Not that you can't get pokes over there to Boone Pickens early, but you do have a slight advantage not being a night game. I've been there at night. That is not a place you want to walk into at a night game in Boone Pickens Stadium. So you have that little thing. You get them. They play a decent team the week before. South Dakota's like a decent football team. They're going to give Oklahoma State a run, I think, this upcoming Saturday. And Arkansas is playing a team that they should beat by the over, by 50-plus points. And I think that, again, you can look at it both ways. You could say, well, one team's going to be more prepared to play actual competition, the other not so much. But maybe there's an injury. We know injuries happen in college football. I think that's an advantage. And I don't think we can understate how much of an advantage it is that Arkansas is going to get an additional 2 days of rest. You're not driving back from Little Rock on Saturday night. I know some of you in the central Arkansas area don't want a game on Thursday night. I get that. But you get Friday off and Saturday off for this upcoming game against Oklahoma State. So that's basically 2 extra days while Oklahoma State's still playing on Saturday.
I would assume, now again, you got a game this Thursday. I would assume you would bust to Stillwater, just like.
It's a good question, yeah.
I don't think you could fly it faster. By the time you drove to the airport, boarded, loaded, flew, deplane, did all, you'd probably be at your hotel quicker on charter buses.
Okay.
So I don't know that, but I would imagine it's within that radius that, hey, we're gonna bus it over. I don't think you could do it faster by air.
By the way, we were talking about Oklahoma earlier. You were wondering where Oklahoma might be rowing. Got a text in from Billy. Apparently, Bricktown, Tommy, is a place where a lot of rowing U.S. events take place. So maybe in the Oklahoma
I knew
City.
they had that there, but I didn't know it was that that big a facility.
Maybe in the Oklahoma City area, kind of where things are at.
Well, I'm looking at the Bet Saracen app right now. We started out talking about Arkansas being, what is a 52, 53-point favorite. That line is down to 49.5 now at Bet Saracen, so you can check that out. There's other college football lines that are up. I was noticing here, just scrolling through, North Carolina and Minnesota is a 1.5-point game with Minnesota catching that 1.5. There'd be a Lindsay up there you might want to keep an eye on. So there's all sorts of things on here. The NFL and some of their first games are up as well. Chiefs and Ravens, September the 5th. Guess on that line.
I'm going to say the Chiefs are favored by like 4.
3.
Okay.
Chiefs favored
They
by
lost
3.
their home opener last year.
All right, your team, Green Bay and the Eagles, September the 6th.
I'm going to say the Birds. I'm talking about the Birds are like a -1.
2.5.
Okay.
2.5.
I bet
Let's
the pack
see.
on that.
Another tasty. Steelers and Falcons at Atlanta.
Steelers by 2.
Falcons -3.
Ugh.
So
that's a gross football game.
You can find some
No
more of
offense,
these lines.
Tom Murphy and Phil Elson.
You got New England and Cincy as a 9-point line, and I was looking for the Cowboys here, but scrolling. Cowboys and Cleveland. Guess on that, Big C. September 8th, 3:25.
Oh, I got the Cowboys by 4.
2.5. Cowboys catching 2.5.
Oh, wow.
At Cleveland. Cleveland -2.5. So get the Bet
Interesting.
Saracen app, and you can have some fun with that. Live betting, lines, over, under, totals, all of it right there.
Speaking of Bet Saracen, did we ever get anything resolved with stuff in Arkansas? And I know they've got their thing on the Razorbacks at Razorback Stadium. They've got their insignia and stuff across the suites. I haven't been on social media as much recently. Did we ever get anything resolved? Still no 50-50
You
drawing?
think government's going to move that fast?
That's a good point. Very good point.
I mean, honestly, you thought that was going to be resolved in a matter of a few days?
I didn't know. I'm just asking if there was
No.
anything that's come to a resolution or anything for that matter.
I think it's going to be put on hold for a while. So,
like next year, 2 years. What are we?
I mean, I don't
You're
know.
the finance business guy.
Well, I don't know.
I lean into you on that.
I think you probably are. The posturing and the politicking is going on behind the scenes, out of sight.
Okay.
And you don't have another legislative session until January. So I don't think nothing's going to be done this football season. Nothing with government's going to move that fast.
Okay. Yeah. And have you gotten used to, you're the ref guy of the show, have you gotten used to the two, they call it the 2-minute timeout, and there's a few other rule changes that take effect. Did you notice those?
I just wish they'd call it the 2-minute warning. I don't know why they're trying to.
Well, they don't want to be like the NFL.
Why? Why would you not want to be like the leader in sports? Is there a bigger brand in sports than the NFL?
Especially the way college football is trending nowadays.
Crazy. They call it the 2-minute timeout. It's a 2-minute warning. Just embrace it and move on. Maybe the NFL doesn't want them to. Maybe that's part of it.
That could be it too. All right, Cody's in Rector, Arkansas this morning. Cody, what's up, man?
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Good, brother.
I think Arkansas is going to have a pretty good season this year. The Oklahoma State game is definitely going to be a test. But I was looking back last year on their defense. They were ranked 123rd in the country in defense.
It changed out their defensive coordinator, if I remember that correctly.
Yes, and I think Taylor Green's going to have a game against them. If we could get that run game going and get Green going in the pass game, I think we'd have no problem beating them. What are y'all's thoughts on Alabama without Nick Saban?
9-3, 10-2. Maybe a college football playoff team. Cody, appreciate the call. I think I want to go back to Taylor because I think you bring up something that's important to discuss. Taylor hasn't been able to do fully what he wants to do with his offenses because anytime he gets touched, he's down in practice. Now, he's going to get rocked, and he hadn't gotten rocked all offseason because he's a quarterback, and it's 2024. You don't do that anymore. But, like, how many plays? We saw KJ, Tommy, and last year was kind of the anomaly because his offensive line didn't give him any time whatsoever. But we saw KJ make a few plays with his legs the previous 2 years that changed the course of a game. And I wonder, with Taylor's ability, just how much he can change the course of the game. We saw, and I know he always gets compared to Matt. We saw Matt every once in a while look like the play was done. Matt took off. Next thing you know, 75-yard touchdown. Taylor's got not the full extent of Matt's ability, but he's definitely got that body type.
He's not Matt Jones. So let's not confuse the two, but he's got some physical similarities, but let's not put that on him. I mean, could there be more pressure than, hey, you just go out and be Matt Jones? I know he's sitting like 10 feet from me right now in the other room, but could you really ever put more pressure on an Arkansas quarterback than say, hey, this guy compares to Matt Jones?
Well, it's hard.
Let's not do that.
He's 6'6", 6'7". They play
He's not. Well, so was Ryan Mallett. No one said he was Matt Jones.
Different skill set,
exactly.
Though. That's what people. It's not me that's doing that. It's just like that's what everyone.
We don't really know what the skill set's going to look like against an SEC defense.
And that's fair.
Yet.
That's fair.
Yet. If he's the second coming to Matt Jones, this team's going to do more than go to a bowl.
And I think,
again, I'm not putting that pressure on anybody.
To Cody's point, Oklahoma State's defense is not that great. One, you get them early, which they've been susceptible to early season, not only just lapses, but losses during the course of Mike Gundy. And two, yes, they are returning a good chunk of the defenders, but this was the weakness of their team last year, and it hurt them early on in the season. South Alabama, I think, on 33 on them, if I remember them correctly. So, listen, I know you want to be cautiously optimistic about this season. I understand. You got burned last year. We all did. They went 4-8. They were predicted third in the SEC West. It was bad. But there are some reasons to be like a little bit like, hey, maybe this season could go our way. And I think Oklahoma State's defense and kind of where you get them early on could be one of those.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll, that's a telltale game for both schools. I don't want to say it's a fork in the road that early. But, it's going to chart the course of the season a little bit differently for the loser and perhaps the winner as well.
And to your point about fork in the road, so it's like if Arkansas beats Oklahoma State in a couple weeks, which I've been on the record, I don't think it's going to happen, but let's say it does. Then Oklahoma State is not out of the college football playoff, just like Florida State's not. Arkansas, your feeling towards the Hogs this season completely changes. Completely changes. Even if you thought they were going to win in 2 weeks, you got to see it to believe it, right? Whether the offense, defense, whatever happens, again, it's a long shot. We know that. I don't even know you were talking about the Bet Saracen lines. I don't even know what the line is for that game, but if it's even out yet.
I didn't see it, but but let's face it. Arkansas goes and wins that game, there will be people calling in saying Arkansas is the playoff team at that point.
Yes, they will, as they should.
Hot Take Monday brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Your home for the lifetime warranty. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
I want to congratulate Tyler Spears, again, winner of the annual football trip of a lifetime. Halftime coming up next.
Is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley models